Hi, it's Tara Pritchard from Regal Realness. I'm a self-love and confidence coach and empowered life strategist. So I teach women how to unleash the confident, empowered woman within. So today's message is going to focus on self-forgiveness and self-doubt, which are two of the key things that hold women back from going into their greatness and really becoming the woman they desire to be. Right? So when it comes to forgiveness and when it comes to doubt, there are the two big B's that I feel like we use. And it's very harmful and it's very hurtful, right? And those are beating yourself up and blaming yourself, right? So what we need to stop doing is beating ourselves up for things that have happened in the past. And what we need to do instead is let go and release that baggage, right? So stop beating yourself up. Okay, that's not going to get you anywhere that you need to go. And then number two is blaming yourself for things that have happened and blaming yourself for why you're stuck and why you can't move forward. Now, granted, we all need to take responsibility for where we are in our lives, right? Where we currently are, if we're not where we want to be. But at the end of the day, you have the power to choose. You have the power to choose to do something different, but you also have the power to change that. And what I want to really talk about more in depth is just self-forgiveness, but also self-compassion. Being more compassionate with yourself, being kind to yourself, really loving yourself, talking to yourself like you love yourself, right? Talk to yourself like someone you would talk to that you absolutely adored and you absolutely love, right? So that's the key to self-love. In my forthcoming book, You Were Born to Glow, How to Unleash the Confident, Empowered Woman Within, in one of my chapters, I focus on the 12 tenets of self-love that I created. So that's self-acceptance, that's self-awareness, that's self-forgiveness, that is self-care. That's also self-discipline, which is another key. And I'll answer that and talk about that in another video because that's another secret to confidence and success that most women have a hard time mastering. If you can master self-belief and you can master self-discipline, then you will be a force to be reckoned with. And my job, right, and my mission in the world is to make sure you know, number one, you're worthy of winning. Number two, you were born to glow. And number three, you have what it takes to become the confident and empowered woman you were destined to be. Right? So I want to talk about self-forgiveness a little bit more. And hopefully this is resonating with you because I want you to take more compassion with yourself. I want you to love up on yourself more. That goes from head to toe. Take more care for your body. Right? From head to toe, from inside out. Take more care for your emotions. Right? So I'm talking mentally. I'm talking physically. I'm talking about emotionally. Start feeling your emotions more. Give yourself permission to cry if you need to cry. Give yourself permission to hurt if you need to hurt. Give yourself permission to be happy if you need to. Right? We all go through a range of emotions. No one's always happy all of the time. However, happiness is a choice. You can choose to wake up and be happy. Just like you can choose to wake up and love yourself. It is a choice that you make. And I want you to start making better choices. To, again, be kind to yourself, to be compassionate with yourself, to love on yourself some more. When something happens and you feel like you made a mistake, you are not a failure. Right? You are not a failure. In my book, I also cover some of the greatest failures that people have had that have held them back from moving forward. However, they didn't fall behind. They kept going. Right? Failure is a stepping stone to greatness. It is a stepping stone to go to the next level in your own life. And I want you to understand that. Failure is not the end. It is just the beginning. A mistake is just yelling out plot twist. Right? You can tell I'm the English teacher, right? It's a plot twist. Just like in a movie, you get to the certain part and then until you be like, whoa, I didn't see that coming. Because that's how life is, right? So that's why we love literature and that's why we love books and that's why we love movies, right? And if it's not no action in there, do you like that movie? No. So our lives are the same way. We have that action. We have plot twists. We have twists and turns and things that come, but at the end of the day, you got to remain strong. And to remain strong, you have to stop beating yourself up. You have to stop blaming yourself. So I want to share with you a method that I learned a couple of months ago by a man named Colin. And he created something called radical forgiveness and radical self-forgiveness. He has books on them. He has an amazing website full of resources. And he also has a radical forgiveness and a radical self-forgiveness worksheet that he has created for anybody, anywhere to access and to utilize to forgive themselves. And obviously it's radical forgiveness. So just off the bat, just know Colin is a very spiritual man. So once you go through the process that he has given, it will have spiritual connotations that are attached to it. Depending on where you are with your spiritual journey will depend on how open you are, right? So me as a very spiritual woman, Colin is right on time for me. So one thing I would recommend, if there's something you're beating yourself up about or blaming yourself about, I would recommend that you go online and you look for Colin and you look for his work. I would recommend you read his books, right? So this is not an endorsement. I'm not getting paid to say this, but I absolutely love his methodology. I've also included it and I've shared a little bit more of this in my book as well, because I believe in the methodology so much. I've used it myself and I think it was worth mentioning to you because it is a really, really valuable tool that you could utilize in your own life. So again, it's Colin Tippin, it's radical forgiveness and radical self-forgiveness. So he goes through, and I have it up on my iPad right now, but he goes through the different stages of when we are blaming ourselves, right? When we shouldn't be doing that. All right, let me bring it back up, right? So he takes you through by saying things like, what am I blaming myself for, right? What am I hearing, am I judging myself to mean? I'm sorry, right? And then he goes through a host of emotions that you might be feeling as a result of it. So what I would recommend if you do choose to read his books and to go through his methodologies, what I would recommend is to select specific issues. So if you know you're blaming yourself for a past relationship, I would ask you to go through his methodology with just that. Don't combine a whole bunch of stuff together. If you want to do something on weight gain, right? You want to do that separately from if you were doing something with your relationship. If there's something to do with money, you feel like you're always spending it, you're never holding on to it, you're really horrible at it, and you want to go through the methodology, do it separately, right? And another good way to do this is if you think about stuff that always happen to you over and over again that might be negative, and you can't seem to break through or break out of a certain rut or out of a situation or attracting certain people or certain things happening to you, I would highly recommend this methodology for that, because I'm pretty sure you're probably blaming yourself or beating yourself up as a result of it. So I would highly, highly recommend you going through this methodology. Again, it's Colin Tippin, Radical Self-Forgiveness and Radical Forgiveness. I swear it will change your whole life. If you enjoyed the video today, make sure you like it. Make sure you like it below. Make sure you share it with others. Make sure you take advantage of the resources that I'm providing for you. Again, you can find me on regalrealness.com. I'm a self-love and confidence coach. You can also find me on Instagram at regalrealness, and you can find me on Facebook. I do offer my own resources as well. I have a fab and free guide that helps you release baggage and restore yourself to more confidence. So it also handles this self-forgiveness and baggage piece. It focuses specifically on healing and on forgiveness, which is something that you need to let go of if you're going to get to the next level in your life and you're going to be doing have the things that you want to have. And remember, you are worthy of having all that and more. You just have to know it. You have to believe it. You have to own it, so that you can get to a place where you can unleash the confident and an empowered woman within yourself. Okay? Thank you and have a good day.